Hello, BookTube. I'm coming to you from the Grotto, the room that's too small to be dignified with the name of Man Cave. Boy, is it packed in here. But it's my little spot. I come to hang out, have my bite, listen to my music, watch TV. Been watching Babylon 5. Uh, watch The Gathering, which is the pilot, and then season 1, episode 1, I forgot the title of. I remember liking the show a long time ago. And we'll see how a run through with it goes this time. So a bit of fun. But I went out today. Beautiful, beautiful day. We have a lot of snow and it's very cold. But it's one of those days with a bright, bright blue sky, which isn't always the case around here. For those of you who don't know, I'm up in Vermont. We're down in Vermont. If you're above me, right? If you're in Quebec, you're saying you're not up in Vermont, right? I'm in Vermont. So the skies are really, really nice and blue, but it's cold. So excuse me. I decided to go do some things at work, and then I ran up to the Listen thrift shop in Lebanon, New Hampshire, across the border, about an hour drive, 45-minute drive for me, and I found some things. Um, so I thought I'd share them with you. I keep looking over here because I got a pile of them, and I'm trying to figure out how the heck I'm going to get them elsewhere. So I'm going to transfer them. So I'm a fan of Baen books, a lot of them, not all of them, but John Ringo I do like, and this is Citadel. So these are usually, everything I got here, in fact, was $1. So they do have a table at Listen that is more expensive. This thing came out in 2011. The host of Eurytos and Troas were the most fell, for they were born of winter. Between the solar array pumped laser and Troy, the 2 trillion ton nickel iron battle station created by eccentric billionaire Tyler Vernon, Earth has managed to recapture the solar system from the Horvath conquerors and begin entering the galactic milieu. So, space opera. And I'm always up for space opera. So, yeah, this is going to be a challenge. I'll just put some down here. The next one, I've had this a million times, even in this edition. This isn't in the very best of conditions. This is Isaac Asimov of Matters Great and Small. Boy, I got something going on my voice here for right now. This thing is, let me see here. I've been looking at the prices of paperbacks on eBay, folks. 1974 Hearst Corporation, 75 Isaac Asimov. So 76 First Ace Printing. So it's basically a collection of essays of matters great and small. Very much of my life is spent trying to decide how best to explain rather complicated phenomena in such a way that people can understand without too much pain in the process. And the author succeeds in this new volume. Explaining energy crisis, how the North Star proves that Roger Bacon did not write Shakespeare's plays. I wouldn't think you'd need even that, but that's okay. And why science fiction writers are considered prophets. Well, they had a mixed track record. So, essays by Asimov. I don't think I have this one. I got Asimov right over here. It'd be nice if I looked at the right shelf. Yeah, I don't have that one. I've had it so many times that I get confused. There goes a pile of books. Next one here is one of these Oxford World Classics, Anthony Trollope, an autobiography. I have not read a Trollope. I own a bunch because I started picking them up. I read, hold on, make sure I get this right. I should have a list of his books, I hope. This is edited by Michael Sadler and Frederick Page, with an introduction by P.D. Edwards, Oxford University Press. Let's have a date, and let's have bigger print. New note on the text, 1998. So this is 1999. You have to read a million things to get to that. Are they going to have a list of his books? that would be too easy. I've read one, and I liked it, but I think was it Parsonage or something like that. This is an odd little thing. I grabbed it without really looking at it. Not much meat on the bones, but I thought I'd grab it. I Work at a Public Library by Gina Sheridan, published by Adams Media. From a patron's missing wetsuit to the scent of crab cakes wafting through the stacks, I Work at a Public Library showcases the oddities that have come across Gina Sheridan's circulation desk. Throughout these pages, she catalogs her encounters with local eccentrics as well as the questions that plague her, such as, what is the standard length of eyebrow hairs? Whether she's helping someone scan his face into an online dating site or explaining why the library doesn't have any dragon autobiographies. That's funny. Sheridan's bizarre tales prove that she's truly seen it all. Stacked high with hundreds of strange but true and sometimes heartwarming stories, I Work at a Public Library celebrates librarians and the unforgettable patrons who roam the stacks every day. I'm a librarian, so how could I resist? We'll see how it is. When I say it didn't have a lot of meat on the bones, it's pretty much that type of thing. Which I didn't realize when I grabbed it, but I would have grabbed it anyway. It could be good. Next one here is Claire Tomlin. Her biography of Thomas Hardy. So one of these penguins. Trade paperbacks. When did she do this one? I've read hers. I've read some of her other biographies. I really sort of like her writing. 2006, and I've read quite a bit of Hardy, so I'm looking forward to reading this. This will actually go towards the top of the pile. I mean, that doesn't mean much. The pile's so doggone big. Then this is a book I've already read, but I keep looking around. I don't think I have a copy. I used to have it just in a regular paperback, but this Joe Haldeman's The Forever War. Obviously a reprint. Let me see here. Thomas Dunn book, St. Martin's Griffin. $14.95 for that thing when it was new. Times change. Alright, so original copyright 74. This is 2009 edition. First St. Martin's Griffin edition. February 2009. The Earth's leaders have drawn a line in the interstellar sand. That doesn't make any sense. Despite the fact that the fierce alien enemy they would oppose is inscrutable, unconquerable, and very far away. A reluctant conscript drafted into an elite military unit, Private William Mandela, has been propelled through space and time to fight in a distant 1,000-year conflict, to perform his duties and do whatever it takes to survive the ordeal and return home. But home may be even more terrifying than battle because, thanks to the time dilation caused by space travel, Mandela is aging months while the Earth he left behind is aging centuries. I read this many, many years ago and really, really liked it. So I won't be reading it anytime soon. I just wanted to make sure I had a copy. This one is a booktube and Instagram thing for me, where you see something that you're not aware of, which is wonderful. And then you find out a lot of people seem to really like what you're looking at. And I saw this today and said, well, yeah, I'll give it a shot. It's short stories. And this is Clarice Lispector, Complete Stories. And, I'm paying $1 for this, so I can afford to take a chance. Translated from the Portuguese by Katrina Dodson. Introduction by Benjamin Moser. Edited by Benjamin Moser. This is a New Directions book. Been a while since I bought one of those. Yeah, boy, there's dates all over this thing. So, what's the date of the book itself? I'm going to guess 2018. Because, that's the copyright page. So, I'm not going to work through it with everybody. So, now revised, expanded in paperback, here are the stories that made Clarice Lispector a Brazilian legend. In these pages, we meet teenagers coming into awareness of their sexual and artistic powers. Humdrum housewives whose lives are shattered by unexpected epiphanies. Old people who don't know what to do with themselves. And in their stories, Clarice takes us through their lives, and hers, and ours. I'm an old guy who doesn't know what to do with myself, so I'll read. All right, let's go. This next one's sort of cool. 1963, the Fitzgerald Reader, a selection of his finest works, edited with an introduction by Arthur Misner. Full, has the entire Great Gatsby. Has, let me see, so Scribner's and Son, obviously, with Fitzgerald. As the crack up, I think it's just an excerpt from Tender as the Night. It has echoes of Jazz Age, which is pretty good. Anything else stand out here? Last Tycoon. Yeah, chapters 1 through 6 on Tender as the Night. What do they got on Last Tycoon? 1 through 4. Babylon Revisited. Handle with Care. Yeah, so should be sort of a nice little thing to add to my Fitzgerald shelf there. I'm not over the top about him. I enjoyed Great Gatsby and a few other things, but important guy. Then this is, I don't know why I don't have a copy of this in my personal library here, but I don't. So this is a very famous book, Gun, Germs, and Steel. This is Jared Diamond. Let's see, 1997. Prologue. I'm not going to read all the chapters, but let me see if I loaded with photographs. Big black and white photographs. So let me see here. Why did Eurasians conquer, displace, and decimate Native Americans, Australians, and Africans instead of the reverse? In this groundbreaking book, evolutionary biologist Jared Diamond stunningly dismantles racially based theories of human history by revealing the environmental factors actually responsible for history's broadest patterns. Here at last is a world history that really is a history of all the world's peoples, a unified narrative of human life, even more intriguing and important than accounts of dinosaurs and glaciers. I don't know about being more important than dinosaurs, but that's okay. So I needed to have that. I mean, everybody's read it, I guess. This one was really neat, and I almost didn't grab it. And then when I got to looking at it a little better, because I walked back to it, I thought, this looks sort of cool. God Had a Dog, Folklore of the Dog by Maria Leach, and this is from Rutgers. Not exactly an inspiring cover, right? Illustrations by Mamie Harmon. And this thing came out in 1961. And it's a really detailed anthropological study of dogs in mythology. Never seen anything quite like it. So I had to have it. So, yeah. If anybody's heard of it, let me know. Or, even better, if you've read it, let me know. Then this is just a throwback to when I was a kid. This is one of these landmark giants. I used to love the little landmark histories when I was younger. And this one is the American let me start that again. The American Indian. I'm just not going to be able to get through this. Out of the blue, no idea why. The American Indian, Introduction by John F. Kennedy. Young Reader's edition of the American Heritage Book of Indians, adapted by Anne Terry White, a Random House book. Big old beautiful giant. I want to get they did one of these giants, landmark giants on baseball, which I'd love to find in good shape. This one's in beautiful shape. And when you're a kid, these are always fun because they were so well illustrated. Let me see what I can find here. And let me see. There's the. This one's in really good shape. Got a little fading on the spine, but it's okay. Yeah, copyright 1963-61. What we got here? Kachinas, I guess. Yeah, Kachinas. So yeah, happy to have this one. I'm not going to do a Steve Pyramid with this stuff. And then, so other things going on. I'm going to have an announcement about a new science fiction book project. Probably in the next couple days. That'll be coming up in a month or so. Where I'm going to try to modernize my reading a little bit. But the Heinlein 2025 is still going on. I just finished The Menace from Earth and did a conversation with Sean D. Standfast over on his channel. That was great fun. That was a very good book. Great short stories. The next thing here is going to be, and we did Red Planet in January. So for March, we're going to be doing The Star Beast. So this is a Del Rey. This I actually borrowed from a friend of mine because I didn't have a copy. Love Me, Love My Lummox. Lummox had been the Stewart family pet for years. Though far from cuddly and rather large, it had always been obedient and docile, except, that is, for the time that it had eaten the second-hand Buick. Okay. But now, all of a sudden, and without explanation, Lummox had become chomping down on a variety of things, not least a very mean dog in a cage of virtually indestructible steel. Incredible. John Thomas and Lummox were soon in awfully hot water, and they didn't know how to get out, and neither one really understood just how bad things were, or how bad the situation can get, until some space voyagers appeared and turned a far from ordinary family problem into an extraordinary confrontation. So it sounds like it's going to be a little on the humorous side. That's Lummox, I'm guessing. And he does seem rather big. So, yeah. We will see. I'm looking forward to it. Anyhow, a little bit of a book haul. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. And thank you, BookTube.